you were to say what were the biggest demographic trends going on, what are they?
Immigration.
Immigration,
Color.
increasing diversity of society,
Aging.
and aging, right? Yeah, those are the two biggest ones. As a society, we're in the United States and in many countries around the world growing older. It's particularly due to both increased longevity, but also the big baby boom generation moving through into retirement and so on. And in addition, we're getting more diverse, especially rapid increase in Latinos and Asian Americans, and due to immigration. In fact, in many states, including ours, if it weren't for immigration, we would have a net population decrease. So, and also in terms of the increased aging, and we'll touch on this next week and the week after, there are some countries in the world that are further ahead of us, even along that age curve, like Japan and certain parts of Europe. So one of the things that these questions raise for us are what happens to certain balances. For instance, when we originally designed Social Security and various healthcare plans for retirees and pension plans, it assumed a certain ratio of workers to retirees, a ratio of taxpayers to beneficiaries. And as that balance shifts, as we have a higher proportion of retirees and a lower proportion of workers, what happens to the financing of all of those schemes, whether it's Social Security, healthcare, and so on? For those of you that were here 2 weeks ago, the question was, will demographics bankrupt Massachusetts? And if you recall, Alan Clayton Matthews gave his answer, which was no, but healthcare might. So his theory is that on its own, demographics wouldn't necessarily bankrupt Massachusetts, but the spiraling cost of healthcare might. So now I'm going to move on to introducing tonight's speakers. One of them will be, of course, Barry Bluestone, our co-host faculty for the semester. He's the Dean of the School of Public Policy and the Director of the Kitty and Michael Dukakis Center. And I have the pleasure of working with him every day. But I want to give a special introduction to our guest speaker tonight, Deborah Banda, who is the Senior State Director of the Massachusetts AARP. All of you, I'm sure, are familiar with AARP. It's a very large membership organization dedicated to making life better for people 50 and over. Currently, it has 39 million members nationwide, including 870,000 in Massachusetts. And as you can all guess, their membership is growing. Ms. Banda serves on a number of boards in Massachusetts and nationally, including the Commonwealth's Healthcare Quality and Cost Council Advisory Committee, the Workforce Competitiveness Trust Fund Advisory Board, and on the board of an organization called Operation ABLE, which is dedicated to providing employment and training opportunities for mature workers. She previously served as Deputy Director of Communications for the Massachusetts Attorney General's Office and as a producer at WHDH-TV. She's a graduate of Suffolk University Law School, and we're very pleased and thrilled to have her here as tonight's guest speaker. Please join me in welcoming her.